So sometimes the engineering inspection is a little bit more out there, and while maybe it's an explosion or a fire, or maybe you're just designing something like a basement back door where they're cutting a window out, sometimes it's very much cut and dried engineering, and that's what happened on this inspection. They're doing a remodel on a house, and there's a couple of walls that they're changing, of course, as you would expect on any remodel. But there's one, for example, where they had a 6-inch or 6-foot opening, and they had a couple of 2x8s on it. The home was built in the 70s, and that was okay back in the 70s. That was an adequate design. But then they wanted to expand to a 92-inch opening, and so I ran the calcs, and that turned out to be a couple of 2x10s. And then they go, oh yeah, we're actually wanting to make that 112-inch opening, and I'm like, and they wanted to go, can we just lengthen the header? And I'm like, probably not. So I ran the calcs, and yeah, it turned into a couple of 2x12s instead of 2x10s. And the reason for that, the reason why lengthening, even if you think it's a small amount, is that the formula that qualifies is like WL squared over EI. And I don't need to tell you what EI is, but basically that's stiffness, like the difference between stiffness of lumber or plastic or steel. W is the weight that the beam is carrying, and the L squared, L is length. So for example, if you've got a 10-foot beam, 10 squared is 100. If you've got a 12-foot beam, 12 squared is 144. So that's 144 is a much bigger number than 100, even though 10 and 12 don't seem like that much of a difference. So if you're going to go lengthening things, yeah, you definitely want to talk to the engineer, because you can't easily do that. If you want, pit height is always a huge consideration in these remodels. So quite often you end up going with steel, and steel definitely has its problems because a lot of contractors have really never used steel. They're not familiar with it. But if you want to span a long distance and not lose head height, steel is definitely the way to go. So I made myself a hero today as well, and got those things covered, and it's fun doing what I do.